Hi, I'm Dan Costa. She is Samara Lynn, and this is PCMag Live. We've got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about the top tech news, answer some reader questions, and show you one cool thing off the shelf in the lab. Let's get started with the big news of the day. Google Tango. Google puts up a post of a prototype device that basically is an augmented reality phone. It's a 5-inch phone that basically has loaded with sensors that can take 250,000 measurements per second and basically map your 3D environment around where you are. Clearly not a commercially ready product,
right,
but a prototype that could have some really interesting applications.
I mean, some of the applications they were talking about, like being able to walk into a room and just clicking and getting the square footage automatically, or never getting lost anywhere.
The way I think of it is like a Google Street View car that takes like a 360-degree map of as it's driving down the street. This is like having this in the palm of your hand and in your pocket to be able to map indoor spaces, and then like who knows what kind of applications will come out of it. It could be really interesting for augmented reality games. It could be really interesting for mapping and real estate and that kind of thing. But just a cool technology, just like classic Google coming out with a cool technology and then saying, let's figure out something to do with it later.
It is really cool, and what's also kind of cool is they're offering dev kits right now, and the prototypes are mostly going to go to gaming, navigation, mapping industries. But if you're a developer, you can get on board and sign up for the APIs. So
yeah, very cool. There's more details on PCMag.com. Also in the news, this broke yesterday at the very end of the day. This is really big news. Dell is joining the Alliance for Wireless Power. This is the first time a major hardware vendor has signed up with one particular wireless power provider. The Alliance for Wireless Power just cut a deal with the, I got to get this right because they sound very, very similar, the Power Matters Alliance, to basically create one standard for wireless charging, and that's what the industry's been craving for so many years. And the cool thing is that this is going to range not just from cell phones, but also Bluetooth headsets, peripherals, and all the way up to laptops.
Yeah, and I think that's what's so significant about it's Dell is that it's the first PC company to get really on board. Previously, it was just really component makers and smartphone makers. But you know, the challenge is, the goal is to have one surface where you can have an Ultrabook or laptop and a smartphone all charged on the same surface. Now they have different power requirements, so it's going to take some kinks to work out, but it was a big highlight at CES. We should be seeing that in the near future. Yeah,
this resonance standard that uses Bluetooth, which pretty much everything supports now, to basically be able to charge multiple devices at the same time.
Right.
I mean, it hasn't working. It's not working yet. It's not out yet, but it's very exciting, and certainly having Dell support is going to push it along.
No more wires.
No more wires. And then this story came out. I am not a World of Warcraft player, but you are.
Was.
The World of Warcraft development pack's coming out, and they're going to allow people to boost their levels from 0 to 90 for the price of about $60 when you get the new development pack, so that you can, I guess, jump right into the game and play in almost God mode.
Yeah, well, what it is you can, for $60, you can up your character's level to level 90, and then when you get the new expansion pack that's due out, it's the Warlord of Draenor or something like that. Draenor,
New World Draenor.
When you get this new expansion pack, you go automatically to level 100. Now, for me, the fun of World of Warcraft was questing. But a lot of people are in a hurry.
Doing it, also known as doing it the hard way.
Yeah, go on raids, join their friends in parties, and they just want that God mode.
But this is not new. You've been able to do this through third-party services before. There are various people would sell their characters online so that you could jump in at a higher level.
Yeah, there are power leveler services where you can pay like $150 to quickly up your character.
Right. So this isn't the invention of cheating. This is just the institutionalization of cheating.
It's hurrying along character development.
All right, that's the news for today. Let's move on to a reader question. This reader question came in from Gabriel via email directly to you, and Gabriel wants to know, Samara, are you as nice in person as you are on the show?
Well, that depends on who you speak to. But I will tell you, I'm very honest, like all the other analysts, about the tech we cover.
There you go. So. You know what? Gabriel has another more professional question as well. He seems to be having some problems with game lag. And he's got right now his setup, he's got a modem router from Motorola, an SB6580. He's getting 24 megs down, 2 megs up, which 24 megs down is pretty good. His main concern is the connection from his PS4 online game is lagging. He also has a Sony TV, a Sony 4K TV, Apple TV, 2 laptops, an iPhone, and a wireless printer. He wants to know, if you had all that stuff, what kind of setup would you have?
Well, obviously Gabriel's a power user, and it's a great question. And I'm going to give him the quick nutshell version for video, but I am going to follow up with him in email. The first thing, Gabriel, you want to do is check your splitter. A lot of people with cable broadband do have splitters coming into where their cable modem is. You would not believe how much a splitter can degrade a signal. Bypass the splitter, put that coax directly into that Motorola cable modem, see if that beefs up the signal. If not, check the decibel level of your splitter. You might have a negative 7.5 splitter. Get a negative 3.5. It will give you less signal loss. Finally, that Motorola gateway is a bit dated. It only gives you Wi-Fi that's selectable dual band. That means you can't run 2.4 gigahertz band and 5 gigahertz band at the same time. What you might want to consider is turning the Wi-Fi functionality off of that Motorola. Get yourself a concurrent dual band, newer wireless router. You don't have to go real expensive. You can get a Netgear N600 or N900. That way you can put your just web browsing devices on a 2.4 gigahertz band, and you can put your gaming, your more robust heavy task devices on the 5 gigahertz band. And you want to make sure that PS4, your gaming consoles, are using gigabit Ethernet. They're wired to the port. And I will follow up on email with you.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And I bet dollars to donuts, he is using a cable modem that's provided by his cable operator, and they have no incentive really to upgrade them. So that's how old equipment winds up staying in customers' hands way too long. That was a great answer. Let's move on to one cool thing. We test thousands of products here in the lab in New York City. Every day we take one thing off the shelf in the lab and show it to you live on air. This is a very cool thing. It is the Samsung Galaxy Note Pro. It is an Android-based tablet with a 12.2-inch screen. And the thing about this tablet is that Samsung really built it for productivity. It's not like just an iPad competitor. It's built to get work done. It's built to work with all of your office applications. And the thing I like most about it is it's got this cool magazine UX, which really makes the Android interface a lot more interesting, a lot more usable. And we've got a full review of this on PCMag, but it's a great, sort of a new form factor for Android tablets. The question is, can these penetrate the workplace?
That's a good question.
I mean, you've played around with it. I mean, is this something that you would carry around as an Android workplace tablet? Because there aren't a lot of Windows tablets in the workplace yet. A lot of people are using iPads. But I mean, is there a future for a device like this?
I mean, if the price point can get a little bit more competitive, I do think so. As it stands, a little bit pricey for its functionality, in my opinion. This is
$750, which is a lot considering for $50 more you can get an entry-level Surface Pro 2, which will actually it is Windows. It'll run all of your Windows applications.
That's the ultimate in productivity, so.
But a very interesting device, and an interesting device to come from Samsung. You can read our full review of it on PCMag.com. Do check it out. That is our show, PCMag Live for today. Please tune in on Monday when we will have a brand new show for you. And also make sure you give us comments in the comments on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. We will respond and answer them on air. And yes, Samara is very nice in person as well as on the show. Thanks for joining us.